In Springfield's crowded shelter, dogs barked and begged for homes. But in the farthest corner, one German Shepherd puppy sat in silence. His black and tan coat was dull, his ears drooped, his eyes dark pools of sorrow. Volunteers called him Rex, but he never responded. Abandoned in a cardboard box on a freezing night, he had barely survived. Children recoiled from his gaze. Adults sighed. Too sad. We need joy. Days passed. Bowl stayed full. He believed the world wasn't made for broken things. One gray morning, Ethan walked in. Months had passed since he had lost his old dog, and the emptiness still gnawed at him. The noise of the shelter was deafening. Pups leaping, families laughing, volunteers hurrying. Ethan wandered through, hardly seeing them, until his gaze slid to the corner. To silence. Rex lifted his head slowly. Their eyes locked. Grief, fear, a desperate plea. Don't come closer. You'll leave me too. Ethan's chest tightened. He knelt beside the bars. A trembling paw touched his fingers. It wasn't joy but despair, yet the world seemed to hold its breath that a volunteer appeared. That one? He's been here for months. Barely eats. Doesn't trust. Not mean, just shut down. Ethan's voice was rough. What happened? She sighed. Left out in the cold. Kids are afraid of his eyes. He may never rally. Ethan imagined the frost, the box, the shivering. I don't care, he said. He deserves a chance. The paperwork was signed, a promise sealed. Ethan carried him out. Rex trembled, but didn't resist, leaning into his chest. You're safe now, Ethan whispered. In the car, wrapped in a blanket, Rex curled tight, eyes darting. As the miles passed, his breathing slowed. Home, Ethan placed him near the fireplace. A dog bed, water, food. But Rex pressed into the wall, refusing to move. Ethan spent the evening on the sofa, book in hand, never looking away. Near midnight, Rex crawled closer and laid his head on Ethan's boot. A fragile thread of trust had been woven. The morning brought a miracle. Rex sniffed at the bowl, hesitated, then ate, one bite, then another. Ethan's eyes filled. That's it, buddy. You're stronger than you know. Later he rolled a ball across the rug. Rex stared, then nudged it back. A faint wag of the tail. For Ethan, it was the universe. Days turned to rhythm. Rex followed Ethan from room to room, testing the safety. At night, no longer hiding in corners, he lay at the end of the sofa, then climbed onto it, head on Ethan's knee. Walks were hard. The leash made him freeze, but patience worked. By the third walk, he trotted beside Ethan, ears up, tail higher. Neighbors whispered, "Isn't that the sad one?" Trust bloomed. Wounds began to heal. Slowly, Rex revealed his hidden spark. One crisp autumn morning, Ethan took him to the park. Under golden leaves, he unclipped the leash. Rex froze, then turned back as if asking, "Go on," Ethan said. Rex dashed forward, chasing a stick, bringing it back proudly. Commands flowed, sit, stay, fetch. Obedience emerged as if it had always been waiting. Ethan laughed, heart swelling. That evening, back home, a sudden bark split the quiet. Rex darted to the sidewalk where a toddler had wandered close to the street. Barking sharply, he blocked the child until the mother rushed over in tears. Ethan watched, stunned. The protector inside Rex had awakened. Later at his sister's house, another test came. Caleb, Ethan's young nephew, chased a ball that rolled out the open door. Car sped by outside. Ethan's heart clenched. Rex's ears shot up. With a powerful leap, he knocked Caleb onto the grass just as a car flashed past. Silence, then sobs of relief. Rex stood over the boy, trembling, eyes fierce. Ethan's throat tightened. You saved him. That night, Ethan sat on the porch with Rex at his feet. The wind rustled the trees, the stars clear above. He thought back to the shelter, the trembling paw against his hand, the hopeless eyes. Now the same dog had guarded child. The sadness hadn't vanished, but something deeper stirred. Loyalty, courage, love without measure. Ethan stroked his back. You're not broken, he murmured. Rex lifted his head, eyes bright, tail flicking. For the first time, there was no hesitation in his gaze, only steady trust. The world outside didn't yet know what had happened. Neighbors had seen glimpses, but beyond the quiet street, no one imagined what the saddest puppy was becoming. Ethan wondered what lay ahead. Would Rex's story end here, in small victories, or was this only the beginning of something larger, something neither of them could yet see? Weeks passed like autumn leaves drifting on the wind. Ethan and Rex had grown inseparable, their bond stitched together by trust and quiet devotion. Each morning, Rex stood by the door, tail wagging like a metronome, eyes full of expectation. Their ritual was unbroken. Walks through Springfield's parks, birch trees rustling, leaves swirling, Rex running ahead but always glancing back. "Are you there?" his look asked. Ethan nodded, his chest warm with joy. Evenings by the fireplace became sanctuary. Rex curled at his feet, breathing softly, head heavy on Ethan's lap. The town began to notice. Strangers stopped in the street. "That's the rescuer." Mothers with strollers smiled. Fathers with dogs nodded. "He gives us hope." Children reached out. Rex licked their fingers gently. He accepted the attention calmly, a wag of the tail, soft eyes. His story had become a lesson. Broken souls can heal, overlooked ones can shine. For Ethan, memories of the shelter still haunted him. That cramped, echoing room. The volunteers' warning. "He won't come back. He's too broken." Rex had been curled in the corner, eyes dim, body trembling. A paw through the bars had touched Ethan's hand, not with joy, but with despair. Yet that touch had mirrored Ethan's own grief, the loss of his old dog, the silence in his home. He had thought he would never love again. But Rex saw him, not as a stranger, but as a soul carrying the same wound. The leap that saved Kayla from a speeding car was never about heroism. It was essence. The blood of guardians ran in Rex. But deeper still was loyalty that knew no betrayal. Saving the boy saved Ethan, too. It gave him back his life. Every wag of Rex's tail, every look in his eyes was medicine for old scars. "You healed me," Ethan whispered one night, fingers buried in his fur. Rex raised his head, devotion glowing where once shadows had lived. Springfield itself seemed changed. Neighbors waved, "Saw your hero today." Parents shared how they'd adopted shelter dogs because of Rex's example. Children played fetch, Rex catching sticks with lightning speed before returning proudly. Not to them, but to Ethan. Always Ethan. His gaze said it clearly. "My gift is my loyalty," yet pain sometimes returned. On stormy nights, Ethan woke from dreams of the shelter gate, frost biting at a small, shivering puppy left in a box. His heart raced until he felt Rex beside him, warmth pressing close, a gentle lick on his hand. "I'm here," his eyes seemed to say. The dog who had once been a shadow was now the sun. Months slipped into years, but their bond stayed fresh as first snow. Every morning, Rex waited faithfully at the door, ready for their walk. Through the birch-lined paths, he ran with lightness, always looking back to ensure Ethan was near. It was more than exercise. It was a vow. We walked together, always. Evenings were their harbor, firelight dancing on the walls. Rex curled at Ethan's feet, his breathing steady, his fur now shining like black velvet with golden edges. Ethan stroked him slowly, remembering the shelter, the warnings, the hopelessness, and how a paw through the bars had turned despair into destiny. "You were never broken," Ethan murmured by the fire. "You were light, waiting to be seen." Rex raised his muzzle, eyes glowing with love, no shadow left. Springfield embraced them both. Rex became more than Ethan's dog. He became a symbol of resilience, a living reminder that compassion saves. Families said, "Because of him, we believed again." The saddest puppy in shelter had grown into a legend of hope, and so the story found its truth, that loyalty, born from pain, can heal even the deepest wounds. That second chances are not just gifts, but miracles. Ethan and Rex had found each other in brokenness, but together they built wholeness. Their journey was not a fairy tale. It was proof that a message to the world echoed in every step they took together. Don't judge by the scars. In every abandoned heart, a hero waits, needing only one hand to say, "I see you."